Today I've picked up a new toy and I'm really excited to show it off to you guys to let you know how Bible study apps and software will run on the brand new 2020 M1 MacBook Pro. Hey, it's Kevin Purcell with Theo Tech. We're going to kind of reboot the channel, and to get started, here we go. The new MacBook Pro. This is the M1 version. Want to show it off. I just got it in, so we're going to do an unboxing video. Here we go. You know what? Everybody's doing those. We're going to do it a little bit different, a little bit unique. So check this out. So what you just saw probably wasn't the greatest unboxing known to mankind. However, the first one I did, that was spot on. I can't believe this. I've got the drone up, got it all perfect, everything set, and I didn't hit record. We've got the entry-level MacBook, not the entry-level, it's the slightly elevated level MacBook Pro 2020 model. It's got 8 gigabytes of RAM, 500 gigabyte hard drive. And we're going to test it out. I'm just getting it set up. I'm going to do all that. You can find lots of videos about that. This is not going to be about benchmarks and things like that. It's simply going to be about one thing. How well do the major Bible study apps run on the MacBook Pro? We're going to go ahead and get started. I've got my MacBook Pro with the M1 processor ready to go here. And we're going to go ahead and launch. Starting with Accordance Bible software. I just want to show you how quickly it launches. Notice it just kind of bounced a few times, maybe 2, 3 at the most, and jumps right into onto the screen, ready to go. I'll open up with a triple click just so you can see. You know, Accordance has always been super fast. That's one of the things that I love about Accordance. All right, so we're going to do a search. This is a rub-able, and immediately finds it. Let's show a hits graph in analytics. Bring this to the forefront so you can see how quickly that pops up on the screen. We'll right click, research dictionaries. So notice that search was instantaneous almost. So that gives you an idea of how quickly we are moving around and running around in Accordance Bible software. So everything just happens, you know, just super fast. So I'm going to jump into eSword X, which is the Mac version of eSword. If you're not familiar with eSword, it's a totally free program. Now you can buy extra books from a site called eStudy Source, but let's go ahead and just jump around in here and see. eSword is also a very quick program. We showed you Accordance previously, and it's pretty quick. Let's go. And so notice it jumps in pretty fast here. We will open the Treasury of Scripture Knowledge, and so notice it pops up quick. You're not going to stress this system at all with eSword because it's probably one of the faster programs that you can use. It's simple, so that's one reason that it's probably going to be as fast as it is. So you can see how it performs pretty fast. Now we're going to open up Laridian's PocketBible. Again, it's a very fast program always, and so it jumps to the forefront when you launch it. But you see the scrolling is pretty quick. So this is just a really speedy software. Alright, so we're going to go to John 3:16. Let's take a look at that Strong's number. Here's a commentary on it, and go to today's Bible reading. Back, do a search for a Zerubbabel search. Let's do it again in the Bible this time. In PocketBible, you always have to remember to click on the book that you want to interact with. So you see how quickly PocketBible runs. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and launch Logos. And notice that it does not launch instantly. And that's just Logos. It's a slower program than all the others. It's got a lot of power, but that's not it, because Accordance has a lot of power and it launches instantly. So this is just Logos. Those of us who use it understand we're not getting the fastest thing out there. It's just kind of the way it is. So we'll open up another desktop, the Bible and Commentaries desktop. So is this performing as slow as on a different MacBook? No, it's pretty similar. You're not getting a huge performance increase, in my opinion. I think Logos is taking use of the M1 chip, the worst of all of them. It's the slowest of all of them, and so, but it's not bad. It runs fairly well. Let's do a guide search. We'll open up a Bible Word study guide. Do it on righteousness. See, that search is pretty quick, and that's because of the indexing it does. By the way, indexing was a little bit faster than it was before. I've got another video on installing and getting things set up, and so you can look at that one at the end of this. I'll show that video as a link at the very end of this one. Here you're seeing how well it's running. Open up the brand new Sermon Manager. Of course, it launched my other external monitor that I've got hooked up here. So here's the Sermon Manager. Choose a time frame. We'll just change it to the next 6 months. So that's the Sermon Manager. I'll show you passage analysis tool. See how quickly it shifts. And it jumps this quickly on my old MacBook with an Intel processor too. Alright, so next let's demonstrate the Olive Tree Bible Study app. And again, notice it instantly launches. We'll switch to a different book. Open up a commentary in the resource guide. Okay. Look at some notes. Alright. And my stuff. I've got a few highlights here. We can do a search. We'll try Did I spell it wrong? No, actually it took a little bit longer than I expected. We'll look at our library. Let's open the basics of Biblical Greek. Scroll through here. So that just gives you an idea of how quickly this works. Alright, so that's Olive Tree Bible Study software.
So what are my recommendations? Well, here's the way I look at it. If you're looking to upgrade your MacBook either to the MacBook Pro or the MacBook Air, you're in the market for one right now, then definitely pick one of these with the M1 Apple Silcon chip. You'll get a lot better performance out of it. Unless, of course, you have to run some program that you know doesn't work on the M1 chip. But for Bible software, if that's your primary concern, then I'd stick with what you got. It's really not going to add that much performance. Now, if you use Bible software and you want to do things like video editing, photo editing, and other things, or you just got money in your pocket and you want to buy, then it's probably a good idea to take a look at it. But I've been very pleased with my purchase. I'm glad that I've gotten the one I've gotten. You don't need the 16 gigabytes. My 8 gigabyte MacBook Pro works just fine. You don't need the MacBook Pro. You could go with the MacBook Air. They seem to have almost identical performance. My only concern would be if you're installing a lot of Bible software, you want to get the storage. So don't get a 256. Spend the extra money to get the 512 or 1 terabyte if you can afford it. So that's my thoughts. Thanks for watching this video. This is Kevin Purcell for Theotech. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like it, subscribe it to us, and share with others, and come back and see us for the next video. Bye-bye.